John, thanks for taking the time to chat to us just ahead of the Ayr United match. It's the first time we've had a chance to speak to you since the Partick Thistle game. How's training been over the last week or so? Because, of course, the weather's disrupted a lot of things in Scottish football, but were you able to get a good training weekend ahead of tomorrow's game?
Yeah, we managed to train at the Orium on Monday, and we trained at Rosyth Tuesday, and then we trained at Glenrothes, obviously in preparation for the game. So we've managed to find the facility. Boys have trained really well, and we've just carried that on yesterday and today. So hopefully we can put in a big performance tomorrow night again.
The game was obviously called off pretty early on last week in terms of 48 hours ahead of kick-off. Was that a good thing from your point of view to allow planning and obviously to give the fans of both teams as well a chance to rearrange their schedules over the weekend as well?
I think it was the correct decision. The pitch on the sides was soft, but up through the middle it was very hard, and it was really evident early doors that we had to make that decision. And I think just obviously for the fans' safety also, but the players' safety is paramount. So it's better obviously calling it early, and we did that, and we've given them sufficient rest. So hopefully now they're ready to go and play well tomorrow night.
You've had that extra bit of time now to reflect on the Partick Thistle game. We spoke in depth at Firhill about the performance and about the pleasing aspects of the display, but I think one thing that caught my eye afterwards on reflection was the fact that all 4 goals seemed to come whether from first phase or second phase crosses. Is that a pleasing thing from your perspective?
Well, I think that Lewis's goal and also Chris Kane's goal was probably 2 outstanding goals of the season. And when you've got 2 individuals that can come up with that moment of brilliance, then you've always got a chance. And given the right service, these lads can score from any angle, and we prove of that. And I think the 4th goal was the exact same, ball down the side, and Lewis did brilliantly. But the time they run from Josh Cooper, excellent, great finish. And obviously the 3rd one's from a set play, and again getting bodies into the box. So really pleasing, and that's what we've got to make sure tomorrow night, is that we have that real focus on quality from the wide areas, but also in the right transition we get bodies in the box and we execute the chances.
I suppose the challenge is now, after getting 4 points out of 6, is to maintain this good home record that we've got. I think you were just saying there off camera, the next challenge is to try and make it 2 wins in a row. So there's still steps to be had on this journey for the players. You're still trying to up those standards every day.
Well, again, it's credit to the players, and I've come in at a difficult time, and I've managed to try and steady the ship a little, and we've managed to get a win and a draw. But the most important thing now is to try and catch Hamilton, and that means that we need to try and take 3 points tomorrow night. And as you rightly say, if that means then winning 2 matches back to back, then so be it. And that's the challenge to the players, is that consistency will bring results, performance brings results, but more importantly, they've got to produce on tonight that performance. They've got to make sure that they're bang at it, and tomorrow night then will be a real challenge for them, but I'm sure they'll acquit themselves really well.
What do you make of Ayr United? What's their strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I know how Scott's team play, and from the start of the season they've been really consistent. They're a team that's got top individuals, and they've also got a real good structure in the way they play, and I think it's really evident that they're up second in the table. So we've got to concentrate on our strengths, and hopefully we give them enough problems to cause them problems, and we've just got to concentrate on Dunfermline.
You've played Falkirk, you've played Partick Thistle, 2 teams in the top 4 already, and as you said, now Ayr United, who are second in the division. So the players must take confidence from the last 2 games and must be right up for the challenge tomorrow night.
And that's what the challenge is. It's the games are coming thick and fast, and the Championship's a very difficult league, and a lot of pundits and a lot of the media were surprised at the last 2 results for Dunfermline, but when I see the quality in that dressing room, then that gives me the confidence that we can go toe to toe with the top teams, and the two results should galvanise them and inspire them, and hopefully tomorrow they get the fans on board, and we go and we try and win the 3 points.
Again, the last time we spoke to you, you had mentioned the squad availability was at full strength. Craig White was still building his way back to full training, but was involved again. So it was a positive selection headache ahead of the Partick Thistle game. Are we in a similar position ahead of tomorrow's match?
Yeah, everyone's available for selection. They've all trained really well this week, and we're still with a few reserve games coming up soon, so a lot of the players will get minutes in that game, and hopefully then that galvanises the squad in terms of competition, and it comes down to who's doing the business, and the jersey stays in the jersey, and that's what my aim is to try and get that level of performance so that there's real competition for places.
And a message for the fans thinking about turning up to KDM Group East End Park tomorrow night. You'll welcome as many bums on seats as possible to get right behind the lads.
They've been tremendous the last two matches, they really have, and I'm just really glad that we've managed to get that victory and send them home happy last week, and let's start the new year with a real positive performance. They've always got behind the players, and I'm sure they'll do that tomorrow night, and hopefully we can engage with them early and get them really on board and make it as difficult as possible for United.